But for now, let's quickly mention Gvardiol to City. You know, massive deal.
It's a big deal, but I mean, it's been happening for the last couple of years. They see these top talents across Europe and they snap them up. Rodri, Laporte. Who else?
I mean, Laporte's probably going to go this summer as well.
Well, yeah, but that he was a big talent.
Still, yeah.
Ruben Dias as well, or Ruben Dish. And so it's just that it screams another one of those. Great, Man City, you're going to have another brilliant centre-back.
It's a lot of money.
He'd become the most expensive defender, isn't it? Higher than Van Dijk, yeah. I think.
So it's big from that
perspective. The thing is, they can afford... The thing is, Man City don't really make that many signings every year. I think this summer they will make more than usual, purely because they're getting a lot of more outgoings than usual. Bernardo Silva looks like he's definitely on his way out. Gundogan's already gone, they've replaced him. They're going to sign Gvardiol. I'd be interested to see if they sign anyone else. Because surely they want to get someone in that squad who replaces Bernardo Silva, or does that mean Foden gets a bigger role? I don't know, but
Silva isn't gone yet.
I know, but like
it's looking pretty likely.
It looked like he was going to go PSG. Now it looks like he's going to go Saudi Arabia. No one really knows, but with Gvardiol, it's just a case of City are there, they've got the money, they can splash it, and they can afford to do that. And Gvardiol, he was rumoured with Chelsea last year, and there was apparently they were in advanced talks, and then there was no news after that. And now City are getting him, and apparently Gvardiol's literally asked Leipzig, please sell to Man City.
Let's move on from that. I don't think there's much more to say other than that. Yeah. Let's talk about Newcastle. I think it's very interesting. Last episode we talked about Barrea to Newcastle.
And that's not in the news anymore.
It's not happening anymore because Tonali is the man.
It just seems like they want an Italian, because those two players are not the same footballer. But I mean, similar qualities. But yeah, Tonali would be a interesting signing, to say the least. He was a really hot kind of on the block midfielder when he was younger, when he was 18. Everyone was talking about him from Empoli, wasn't he? Yes. And then he went to AC Milan. And it'd be an interesting move. I think Maldini left AC, didn't he? And that's kind of ruffled a few feathers. So I think that might be a thing. But I don't know. You don't really see that many Italians leave Italy. That's the thing. It's really odd.
I mean, I think this would be a fantastic signing for Newcastle.
Fantastic.
It's also, but I do have one kind of. I mean, I saw something the other day of Tonali actually when he found out that AC Milan are interested in selling him to Newcastle. He's just started crying because he loves AC Milan so much. Yeah. And I mean, is that going to be a bit of an effect? Is that going to affect him going over to Newcastle? Is he going to be homesick? Like
when he sees the money they're offering him,
Yeah, but I mean, they're paying 70 million for him, I believe.
And fair enough. No, I mean, he's young. He's one of Europe's top midfielders at the moment.
23?
Yeah, and he's done really well. However, he's going to Newcastle. They've got an amazing fan base. It should all really work out, and that is brilliant.
Who drops out of that midfield? Joe Linton?
Probably.
I don't know.
Well, Joe. It's one of Joe. It's Joe Linton and
another
person.
Well, it doesn't matter really. Tonali to Newcastle is looking near enough done. Let's talk about two Spurs deals. There's two that I want to talk about. Firstly, a done deal.
Yeah.
Vicario, I think that's how you say it, to Spurs. So random.
It came out of nowhere. They were linked with Raya, and they've just gone in for him.
Do they get both?
If he's their number one, it is a out of nowhere gamble and a half. He's a young keeper, which gives me the feel of he'll be a number two for a year, and it's an investment for him to become number one. There's no way he's going to be the number one. Looking forward, but
didn't Spurs sign? Yeah, they signed Galini last summer.
No, last 2 summers ago. Yeah.
Last 2 summers ago, barely featured for them, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And it's now they've gone in for this Vicario. I don't know. It's just a little bit like they're desperate to replace Hugo Lloris because they're fully away on the way out. I mean, everyone is.
Yeah.
Couple of those shoddy performances last season. Newcastle stands out.
Well, that was the last game.
Mention them, yeah. And Forster coming in after that. But yeah, I mean, he could be the man, but it's just they need to get someone in there quick that's going to really.
If they get Raya as well, I think that's amazing business, and that's the real one they need to get done.
That sort of slowed down though fairly recently. Yeah. I think it's all been sort of thrown in with Raya. It's done basically. Everyone's been in the mindset that it's done, and it's just died down a bit.
Yeah, because they haven't actually bid. They've just been in talks for ages. It's they know they'd asked for 40 mil. I know who you're going to talk about next though, and that's going to be a very interesting one.
Verbal agreement reached between Maddison and Spurs.
Also, I think they've agreed a fee. I think Fabrizio gave the here we go, and I think it's a very good deal. I remember I wanted Arsenal to sign him a couple of seasons ago, and I'm now quite happy. I don't really want him anymore, but for what Tottenham are and what they need, I don't think I've had a creative midfielder since Eriksen. Completely honestly,
No.
So
No, it's difficult. I mean, they had a bit of Lo Celso, but he wasn't really the man for it, was he? And had a couple of other midfielders as well along the way. But no, I think James Maddison would be a fantastic signing for Spurs. And it is a little bit just frustrating that he's not going to Newcastle. I feel like I've got a soft spot for Newcastle.
Yeah, no, because I just felt like,
it works.
it just, him in black and white, just looks nice. But Tottenham need him. They need goals from midfield. They need assists from midfield. If they're gonna lose Kane, they need to have better players around whoever they get as a striker.
That is quite a good transition onto Kane.
It's a good transition.
That is literally the perfect transition.
Yeah, here we go.
The final one I have to talk about, I don't know if there's any more, but the final one we'll talk about is Kane. It's looking quite likely that he's going to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are really, really in for Harry Kane right now.
Apparently Thomas Tuchel's already spoken to him.
Yes.
And told him where he's going to fit, how he can, propel Bayern back to the kind of European giants that they were a couple of years ago. And I don't see why not, if I'm honest. Apart from going from a lower league, he's not going to be smashing in goals in the Premier League anymore and potentially breaking the record.
I disagree. I think he is going to be smashing goals.
I mean, he's not going to be in the Premier League breaking records.
Yeah.
That's a massive factor.
If he goes to Germany, I'm going to be honest, he is going to absolutely dominate.
I can't lie.
He will be top scorer by a landslide.
For all the teams that have been in for Harry Kane, I think Bayern Munich, other than staying at Tottenham, I think Bayern Munich is one of the worst options. Personally.
Yeah, because I think if you look at the way they competed for the title last year, it was a bit shoddy.
But
and
also,
in the Champions League, they got knocked out of quarters.
But also, he's leaving the Premier League. We mentioned that.
Yeah.
That puts Man United out of the equation. Real Madrid were the other club in for him.
I think now that the Mbappe news has happened, that interest is massively cooled. So
I just think that going to Bayern Munich again, much like I thought with Real Madrid, it's sort of just a bit of a I want trophies cop out. It's like...
But fair. However, it would be extremely funny if he went Bayern and Dortmund finally won the title.
It would be amazing.
Oh, it'd be hilarious.
It would be brilliant. I don't see the problem with him going to another club and wanting to win trophies, especially a club like Bayern or Real Madrid that could quite likely,
Bayern is still a phenomenal, massive club.
I think that the pull for Harry Kane, if I was Harry Kane, I think, not just from a Man United standpoint, I think that the idea of breaking the Premier League all-time goal scoring record, I think that
stands above winning a Bundesliga.
Yes, 100%. It stands above winning a La Liga.
Yeah, but then you go to Madrid, you win the Champions League.
Yeah,
potentially, and that stands above.
Real Madrid will get semis almost every year.
Yeah. It's just for me. I think Bayern Munich is a very bad choice.
The one thing I am certain of, more than anything, is he's just going to play amazing in Germany. I think I look at that, and I'm not going to say I don't rate the Bundesliga.
I don't rate the Bundesliga.
But I don't.
I don't rate the Bundesliga.
Right, Lewandowski was absolutely annihilating that league.
Yeah.
And I think he could play there until he was 45, I'll be honest.
He probably still could.
And I think Kane, if he goes to the Bundesliga, he can play there for a while and get 30 a season, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, I don't think Bundesliga was quite the force it was when Schalke and Wolfsburg were getting to Champions League quarterfinals and things like that, and really tearing things up. So, yeah, I mean,
you look at Germany now, and you look like they've had their points tally at the end of the season was like 72, 73 to win the title.
Was it?
I know they've got less games, but it's still like what?
I just feel with Harry Kane that he's more likely to stay at Tottenham than go to Bayern Munich.
Are you also a little bit like, for God's sake, he's not coming to Man United?
I mean, a little bit, but
I mean, I don't know if you were
I've sort of
ever
accepted
that
it.
fussed.
I've accepted that it's not happening.
Yeah, I think with Tottenham are just weird when it comes to sales. They're just weird because they want a lot of money, but you have to look at this and go, where is the money for the Kane replacement when he goes?
Yeah,
Because do you think he's signing a new contract? He has the biggest. If he ever wants a chance of winning trophies, he has the biggest out of all time, which is either go now or you are definitely going next year. And
That's
if no one wants to pay the money next year, they won't have to. So he'll get a lovely signing-on fee, a cushy final career move
In Saudi Arabia.
for his family. Jesus Christ!
Well,
can't have that.